Indonesia is a country located in Southeast Asia between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Indonesia is the fourth most populous country in the world. The country is an archipelago of 17,508 islands in the Pacific Ocean. Today, there are more than 300 ethnic groups in Indonesia. There are also about 500 spoken languages. About half of Indonesia's people live in Java. The other major islands are Sumatra, Borneo, Papua, Sulawesi and Bali. Neighboring countries are Malaysia, East Timor and Papua New Guinea. Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia. For thousands of years, Indonesians have developed complex farming communities with rich artistic and cultural traditions. The history of Indonesia tells of maritime trade, the exchange of religions, the rise and fall of the Buddhist and Hindu nations, the 350 years of Dutch colonization, the Japanese occupation, and the establishment of an independent state in 1945. At the heart of Indonesian cultures, the Indonesian people nurtured a worldview that embraced a variety of religions and traditions with indigenous beliefs. Welcome everyone to a new episode of Billion Stories. In this video, we are going to discuss the fundamental facts about the country Indonesia. So, let's get started. The Srivijaya Empire, which lasted until about 1400 AD, is known as the first of the Indonesian kingdoms. In the early 16th century, the Portuguese came to Indonesia mainly for spices. Spices were in great demand in Europe at that time, and they were able to make a profit by selling them. Therefore, the Portuguese captured Moluccas, the main spice production area. However, with the Dutch occupation, the Portuguese lost their dominance in the region. Indonesia is the world's largest archipelago, the world's third most populous democracy, and the world's largest Muslim-majority country. However, these beliefs change as we move from one island to another. In Bali, for example, the majority are Hindus. Similarly, some islands are predominantly Christian. More than 50% of this country is covered by forests. Indonesians are keen to preserve their culture and heritage. Did you know that Indonesia has more volcanoes than any other country in the world? Yes, it is true. Indonesia has overtaken Japan and the United States in this regard. As such, they lead the world in total number of active volcanoes. The Javan rhinoceros is an Indonesian endemic animal found nowhere else in the world. It is estimated that there are about 50 or fewer of these animals left today. Have you ever heard of Komodo dragons? This amazing animal that can be found in Indonesia can eat humans. However, they can only be found in the national parks of Komodo Island. The dragon is named after the island. Note that this is the largest lizard in the world. Would you like to see the color-changing lakes? If so, you may have to climb a volcano. There are 3 lakes on top of the Indonesian Kelimutu volcano. It changes colors from turquoise to green, red and black. Is there any wonder behind it? Hey, no. It is only when volcanic gases react with water-soluble minerals that this phenomenon occurs. Indonesia is the birthplace of Rafflesia arnoldi, the world's largest flower. This flower can grow up to 7 kilograms in weight. Its petals are 2.5 centimeters thick and 0.5 m long. The Borobudur Temple in Indonesia, the largest Buddhist temple in the world, has 504 Buddha statues. The temple is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The central dome of the temple is surrounded by 72 Buddhist stupas. The stupas are symbols of Buddhism. They can be seen in many other temples in Indonesia itself. Dali in Indonesia is the largest red light district in Southeast Asia. There were more than 2,000 sex workers. However, it was shut down by the government in 2014. Gold is the favorite metal of many. You may be surprised to learn that the Graberg mine, one of the largest gold mines in the world, is located in Indonesia. It is also the 3rd largest copper mine in the world. The mine is run by a workforce of 19,000 to 20,000 people. Have you ever smelled a flower half a mile away? If you are visiting Indonesia, there is an opportunity for that. Amorphophallus titanum, the most stinking flower on Earth, is found on the island of Sumatra. Also known as the devil's tongue, this flower can grow up to 2 meters in height. Mount Tambora, the highest peak in the Indonesian archipelago, is the most erupting volcano in history. It had been recorded that the sound of the largest eruption in 1815 from this volcano was heard as far as the island of Sumatra, 1,930 kilometers away. More than 70,000 people lost their lives in the blast. The flag of Indonesia is similar to that of Monaco. However, the size of the flags varies. The Indonesian archipelago consists of more than 17,500 islands, a large section of which is inhabited by approximately 6,000 islands. Interestingly, however, most of the islands have not yet been named. Inhabitants of Indonesia are using more than 700 languages. There are 3 time zones in Indonesia. But this is not a record. That record belongs to France. France has 12 time zones. Garuda is a giant bird found in Hindu mythology. In Hindu mythology, Garuda is the vehicle of Vishnu. The word Garuda is from Sanskrit. Garuda is the national symbol of Indonesia. Garuda is the national symbol not only of Indonesia, but also of Thailand and Ulaanbaatar, the capital of Mongolia. Indonesia has the largest economy in Southeast Asia. About 17% of Indonesia's population uses the internet. Java, the 13th largest island in the world, is part of Indonesia. More than 140 million people live on the island. More than half of the country's population lives here. The national motto of Indonesia is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. It means unity in diversity. Indonesia is the second largest biodiversity hotspot in the world. It has been more than 170 years since the country got the name Indonesia. The term Indonesia was first used in 1850 by the British anthropologist J.R. Logan. The name Indonesia is derived from the Greek word Nisos meaning island, and the Latin name Indus meaning land on the banks of the Industry. Indonesia was formerly known as the Netherlands East Indies and the Dutch East Indies. Japan occupied Indonesia between 1942 and 1945 to gain access to Indonesia's natural resources. According to a UN report, at least 4 million people have died in Indonesia during this period. However, the cause of death was famine and forced labor. Corruption can be seen in most democracies today. Indonesia's second president, General Suharto, is believed to have embezzled up to $45 billion. He was acting president between March 12, 1967 and May 21, 1998. If his assessment of wealth is correct, it could make him the most corrupt politician in the world. Indonesia is mainly known for its islands, volcanoes, Komodo dragons, beaches, tigers, music and traditional puppets. Indonesia has a rich history, but the people of the country are very young. There are at least 165 million people under the age of 30 in Indonesia. An increase in the population is a challenge that they are facing. Indonesia leading exporter of frogs. Indonesia leads in frog leg exports. European countries such as France, the Netherlands and Belgium are major importers of frogs. In 2015, Indonesia exported more than 4,000 tons of frog legs to the European Union. This fact about Indonesia is for football fans. Indonesia is the first team from Southeast Asia to qualify for the FIFA World Cup. The team was named the Dutch East Indies. They played in the 1938 tournament in France. However, the team consisted of only players of Dutch descent. More than 700 different languages are spoken in Indonesia. This makes Indonesia a very diverse country. There are women-only floors hotels in Indonesia. There women can book rooms. Only female employees work on this female floor. More than 35% of the birds and mammals found in Indonesia are endemic. It ranks Indonesia second in the list of endemic species in the world, after Australia. Indonesia is the largest producer of palm oil in the world. In 2006, it overtook Malaysia to become the largest palm oil producer. Indonesia supplies about half of the world's palm oil. The nature of Indonesian national culture is similar to that of India, because Hinduism is part of their tradition. Sisrobahu, a road construction technology, was invented by Indonesian engineer Joko Raka Sukawati. It is now used by many countries around the world. Sisrobahu is a road construction technology that currently allows flyovers to be built on high-traffic roads. You can see and taste a variety of foods in Indonesia. Indian, Chinese, European, and Middle Eastern cuisines have influenced Indonesian cuisine. Indonesia is also a country that has proven itself in the field of space. In 1976, Indonesia became the first developing country to launch its own satellite system by launching the Palapa satellite. The Java man fossil was discovered in 1889 by the Dutch physician Eugene du Bois during the Dutch colonial period. The fossil was scientifically named Homo erectus. More fossils were found in such areas. Indonesia is the birthplace of Lake Toba, the largest volcanic lake in the world. Its length is more than 100 kilometers. It is also the largest lake in Indonesia. There is also a newly formed island in the lake. It is also known as Pulau Samosir. Earthquakes are common in Indonesia. The country experiences 1 to 3 earthquakes every day. However, not all earthquakes are devastating. Most are quite gentle. In some countries, volcanic eruptions occur at long intervals of years. However, at least one volcanic eruption can be seen in Indonesia every year. We know that Brazil has the largest tropical forest in the world, but there is only one answer to the question of where the world's second largest tropical forest is after Brazil. That is Indonesia. Indonesia is the second largest producer of instant noodles in the world after China. Indonesia is the birthplace of Indofood, the world's largest manufacturer of instant noodles. Transjakarta is the world's largest bus rapid transit system, serving more than 300,000 passengers daily. In 2004, the world's second largest earthquake struck off the coast of the Indonesian island of Sumatra. The resulting tsunami killed at least 300,000 people and displaced millions. The tsunami was very intense. It shifted the surrounding terrain, including homes up to 12 meters. Tourism plays an important role in the economy of the country. This country exemplifies itself as wonderful Indonesia. This video about interesting facts about Indonesia ends here. Please give us a thumbs up. Comment below on which country you would like to know in the next video. Consider subscribing to this channel and click on the bell icon to never miss our latest videos. Thanks for watching and goodbye.